Hi. This is just an impromptu video because I've been cleaning my office and I found the list. If you've seen my previous videos about the Trader Joe bags trades, then you'll know that every year at the Annual National Sweepstakes Convention, I trade Trader Joe bags for Canadian candy. And I started in 2022. A couple people did it with me. And then in 2023, a few people traded with me. And this year, like 20 people traded with me. So I ended up having to take an extra suitcase to the convention because I had so much candy to trade. Like everything was so heavy because it's all chocolate. Or most of it was chocolate. I can't do chips because they'd break. Maybe on a drive trip, but not when you're flying. And then so many people traded, and then I had to have another suit, and thankfully I had that extra suitcase, so it did work out that when I won a Roomba, it came back. So next year, I think when I do this, I've got the list, because now some of them I have like 4 and 5 bags. And what I'm going to do is next year, you can only bring bags I don't have. So I'll be setting up a list of all the Trader Joe stores or states or cities that I don't have, and then we can do that. But I tell you, the sweeping community is the best. Now, if you're wondering who I am and what I'm doing in the garage, my name's Carolyn Willman. I'm the contest queen, and I sometimes do things a little bit out of my normal territory because it's just fun. And frankly, we need more fun in our everyday lives. And for some reason, I started collecting Trader Joe bags in 2014. And my collection has gotten a little bit of a hit. And I have no other bags. Like every time I get another shop bag, I give it away, or I use it for something else, or I use it to donate to the thrift store. I did bring home the convention bag, though. We don't get rid of the convention bags. So this was the one that you received if you attended, you received this bag with your registration kit. Okay, so this was this year's theme. Next year, it's in Little Rock, Arkansas. I will be driving, so it's going to be a little bit easier. And I may get a vendor table. I think they're having vendors this year. I haven't figured that out yet. But let's see what I got. I just realized I don't have a pen. Do you think George has a pen somewhere in this garage? Or a pencil? That's quick? Of course not, because that's what happens. Ah, a carpenter's pencil. That'll do. Okay, so we got another pickle bag. So this is my second pickle bag. These are the specialty bags. And I'll put that on the back. Oh, of course it's not sharpened. That's just the way it is. Well, anyway, I'll add these to the list later. So what we got is, now this was a vintage one somebody had, and she said, it was used, and I said, I don't care, it's vintage. Check this one out. Like, they don't make this one anymore. And on the bottom, it says traderjoe.com. And the sides, it just has like palm trees. I freaking just love this bag. Even though it's been much loved, it's going to continue to get much love. And then I got another Connecticut. And I was just in Connecticut. And I actually was in the Trader Joe's in Connecticut. Tip. So I immediately went from, one of the reasons this live stream is so like a month after the event is because I immediately went from the convention. I flew home, I unpacked, I repacked, and the next day I drove to Connecticut for the Silva Method training. Because not only am I the contest queen, I have a publishing company called Words for Winning, and Helene Hadsel, the woman who won every prize she ever desired, was Jose Silva's assistant. And then, sorry, I'm dry. I was recording my 4th Audible book, The Confessions of an 83-Year-Old Sage Today. So I'm talked out. And of course, then I'm doing a live stream now on Contest Queen, and I'm going to do a live stream later on Words for Women. Just because I love sharing this whole hobby and all aspects of it. This one was new. This one was from Portland, I believe. How cool is this bag? Like, I think this is one of my favorites. It is so strange. The art is fantastic on it. I love how it's almost, I want to say monochrome, but it's like very artsy. Florida. Gotta love it. I do love Florida. Anywhere it's warm. I didn't have this one before. This is Maryland. How cute is this one with the sides and the bottom? So that's a new one for me. And then we have, I've had a couple of these. Remember, I thought I lost my Arizona one, and then George had it in his car, his truck. Well, now he can keep one. I got another Kentucky one. And this one I didn't have before. This was New Hampshire. How freaking pretty. Now, what's funny is I thought lilacs, there's a huge lilac festival in Rochester, New York. You think maybe lilacs would be on the New York one, but look at the leaves. Such a pretty, and look, there's a recipe. There's actually a couple of Trader Joe bags that have recipes on them. My daughter thinks we should make them. I agree. Someone didn't understand the assignment. I got a Disney bag. And I still love her. I still traded candy with her. That's so funny. Oh, Mary says, oh my God, you could frame some of those as art. You're right, and I need space to do that. I don't have even space for my library books. I was trying to talk George into turning the entire back wall behind the couch into a series of bookshelves so that I could put all my books up, because he keeps saying that this garage is too full. There's too many boxes of books. And I'm like, you don't understand. One, you're not a reader. Two, I own a publishing company, and I've got books from Helene, and I have books from Tag Powell, and then I have all my inventory books. Like, yeah, we have books. Books. One day I will have a place for all those books. We have Arizona. So I've got another pickle bag. You can't have too many of these. These are fantastic, by the way, when you're traveling. The soft-sided ones, fantastic for putting the dirty laundry in and then stuffing them back into your suitcase to keep your dirty clothes separate from your clean clothes. Pro Trader Joe tip traveling. Another Virginia ham. I think that's my fourth one. I didn't have any of these, and then I got two. This is probably like a close. Portland and the Philly one are just, I love the color schemes. These are the ones I would frame. But I mean, you'd have to get 4 or 5 bags because you'd want to slice them up to show all the sides, because like, how could you not, right? Like, stunning. And this one I didn't have before either. Look how beautiful. South Carolina with the peaches. Look at that. Love, love, love. Hot boiled peanuts. I remember being 18 and going on a road trip to Florida and having the boiled peanuts. So good. I think we actually bought them in Georgia, though. This one I did not have either. Look at this. This is Missouri. Gorgeous. But love this side. Like, how fun, right? This one's so good. So now I'm going to have to make a list and figure out where they have all the bags from. And this year, I just renewed my passport. There's the other Philly one I was talking about. I just had to renew my 10-year passport. So this year in November, usually every November, and I'm not sure when, Trader Joe's has a mystery bag thing, and you're limited to like 2 mystery bags or 1 per person. Now this is good. I got another San Francisco one because actually that was the actual very first bag I started with, because my aunt and uncle used to live in Northern California, and they would always shop at Trader Joe's. And then I was in there and I saw this bag and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And I bought 2 of them. And my daughter had brought some gifts for her dad. So I put the gifts in the Trader Joe bag and off they went. And I kept one for me and one I had got for as a gift bag. Because why wouldn't you want to put a gift in a cool bag like this for 99 cents? Better than the dollar store. And you can use them. And they're like you said, they're like art. Well, it's been used and abused. So it's really nice to have another one. Now, what's really interesting for me is this is San Francisco, but then Southern California has one. And it says Southern California. So it's not like all of California. So one's for a city and one's for an area. I don't understand that. And then another Arizona one. Now, because these were expensive, I traded peanut butter for this. And then someone else brought me one, and I only had chocolate bars for her because I didn't know she was going to bring me one. So I have 2 of these, and I discovered, so I bought a purple one when I was in Ohio, I think, because I was coming back from visiting Dyke Hadsel and Helene's granddaughter, Melissa. I have an interview with Dyke and an interview with Melissa over on my Words for Winning YouTube, if you want to go check those out. And I bought the purple one. And then somewhere on like Instagram or something, I saw that there's an entire series of colors. So I thought it was green. I guess we're going to call it turquoise. These things are fantastic. Because when I went to Connecticut to do the silver training, I take food and stuff with me because it just makes it easier to have lunch and whatnot. Oh yeah, that was my Trader Joe tip I skipped. So the reason I went in Connecticut is I figured out on one of my road trips that they have a whole to-go food section. So instead of trying to find a restaurant and get all these things, I just went to Trader Joe's. I went and bought a couple of sandwiches and a couple of salads and some drinks and put them in the fridge in the room. And then I didn't have to go out. They were really reasonably priced, right? Because I'm buying them at the store. It's fantastic. So, and then you can get snacks to go with it and maybe some fresh fruit. And it's all in one place and it's healthy and it keeps your budget, instead of eating out all the time. And actually, when you're traveling that much, and the Silva Method is a long day. When you're taking the Silva Method training, it's a 10-hour day for 4 days. And it works out that now you think sitting all day, you'd be fine. But because you're using your mind so much, your mind uses up so many calories and so much energy, you're exhausted by the end of the day. So I would just want to go back to my room and just be quiet and catch up on some work and just kind of be like hermited. And so going to Trader Joe's and, shopping with the bags and stuff, it was so handy. So yeah, so I love the Trader Joe bags for everything. So I packed this with a whole bunch of stuff to take with me. And then I bought more stuff down there at Trader Joe's. So Trader Joe's is my road trip to go place. Anyway, that's the haul that I got from the Annual National Sweepstakes Convention. Next year, I'm going to have a more comprehensive list because I don't, I think I'm up to I think I had counted, I was at 50. And now I've gotten 20 more. So I'm up to 70 bags. I'm going to have to filter out some from my car and just keep some in the house and some in the car because it's now my entire back will just be Trader Joe bags. And then I won't have any room for groceries. Okay, so that's a little much, right? And the other thing I would like to get is I've heard they have lunchbox sizes versions of these. So I will be on the hunt for those. So basically, one of the things I'm going to ask for is any color but turquoise and purple for these, and any of the series of the lunch. Apparently, those go very quickly. But I will be figuring out where all the Trader Joe's are and what all the bags are. And we're going to make a list because I can't bring 50 pounds of candy again to the next convention to trade. especially if I haven't even examined the entire, I'm embarrassed to say as the contest queen, because I've been so busy, I haven't examined the entire convention website for next year. Oh, Mary says the mini bags are cutthroat. Good luck. Yeah, so I've heard. So I've heard. I might have to trade up for those ones, right? Like something big. If you can bring me one of those bags, and you have almost a year to do it. You have 11 months. So yeah, that's why this video took so long, because I came home from Vegas. I had a day at home. I unpacked, I repacked, I went to Connecticut. Then I went and stayed with Wendy, who I went to the convention with because they just moved to Connecticut, and I stayed with them for 3 days. And then I'm like, I got to get home. I got to take the Silva method again next week. So I got home and played catch up for a week. And there's so many things I wanted to do, but I only had so much time. And then I went back to the Silva method for 4 days, and then I was catching up again from that. And of course, all the big projects are wrapping up. I'm finishing prizes everywhere. I've started the next Audible book. I've got 3 translated editions being proofread right now. So they went through the layout. Now they're getting proofread, and I still need someone that speaks Italian. Any Italian speakers out there? And then those are going to get formatted, and then they'll be published. So I should have 3. So this fall, prizes everywhere will be out. My next Audible book, Confessions of an 83-Year-Old Sage, will be out, and 3 translations. So before December 31st, I will have 5 books published. So that's all right. I wouldn't have hit my original goal of 12 for the year, but I think I got to like 8. This is pretty good. That's pretty good. And that's why this video took so long. But now they're going in my car. They're finally out of the living room. And I got to catch up and show you all the haul that I got from Las Vegas, because it was an insane thing to try and pack to bring home on the airplane. I ended up with, I had 2 checked bags and 1 carry-on, which I gate checked also. And then I still had my big personal bag. Like, I brought so much stuff home from Vegas. But I have to say, I do admit I like driving to the conventions better, because it feels like if you win something really big, you have the freedom to bring it home, and you're not tied to weight or time or anything. So we'll be doing that. So I hope you had fun at the Annual National Sweepstakes Convention. And if you have never been to a convention, what are you waiting for? We have the best community. Everyone is so much fun. We all support each other. We cheer each other on. I have made friends for life from this hobby. I can't even describe the adventures that, and friendship and love and kindness I have received from this community, which is something you never would have expected entering a giveaway. Like, that I didn't even know that existed. Sometimes you just have to trust the path that the universe, like, that once you start, you see what opens up in front of you. And wow, so blessed to have this community and this group. Anyway, that's it for my Trader Joe haul. And if you have any questions about sweepstakes, contest giveaways, send them to questions@contestqueen.com, and I'll be answering them. And once a month, I do a straight up sweepstakes Q&A live stream. So you can learn how to win giveaways, avoid entry problems, and just all the nuances of the hobby that keep changing because of social media and technology, etc. So I will see you there. Oh, it's not letting